Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Weather Central forecast. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Now, today we're going to be going over the two systems that will be affecting the United States. The secondary system that would be affecting the Northeast has died down quite a bit from the GFS model. Now, some other models are still hinting at a big system, but yesterday we already knew that it was a little far out to kind of make a good prediction on it. And so that's why I want to go ahead and start with a disclaimer. I do have snow totals up here. I don't think that these snow totals will be accurate for the eastern United States. I just, as of right now, that is what the totals would look like. But just hint and realize that everything that is in the Northeast and the East Coast is not my official forecast for those areas. So don't, get excited or anything or get sad. There's still a lot of room to change, but this forecast up here is accurate for the plains and the upper Midwest into the Ohio Valley. So you guys can go ahead and look at the key here. A dusting of 3 inches in the turquoise, 3 to 5 inches in the darker blue, 5 to 9 inches in the purple, and 9 inches to 12 plus inches of snow. I think isolated areas could see up to 16 inches of snow. That is definitely not out of the ruling, but just broad view, 9 to 12 inches. So now we're going to go over to our models now. So before we get into this, this is going to be a system that I want to go ahead and kind of just throw it out there. So let's say right here you have anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snow. Maybe like 10 minutes south, you might see 0 inches of snow, because that rain to snow line is going to be so sharp that we really just won't be able to kind of predict it 100% until it happens. And that's honestly where it's going to really affect these forecasters. And people are going to get mad because maybe you said that their county was going to get a ton of snow. Maybe the northern part of the county does get snow and the southern part just gets rain, because that rain snow line will be so sharp. So now we're going to start off with this. We can see, let's change that to this so we don't have that going on. So we can see at the beginning of this system, we do have some freezing rain and some snow mixing in northern Kansas with some rain into the south. We do have a 1 to 2 inch rain forecast down here into Missouri and into Arkansas, Oklahoma, and southeastern Kansas. We are looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain for you guys, with a severe weather threat down into Texas. I'm not going to go too much into severe weather because right now I want to forecast snow because it's winter time. But I will be doing some severe weather forecasts into the spring and summer months. So yeah, we do have that freezing rain and snow developing. As we keep it going, you can see that most of that freezing rain turns into snow, especially in the western part of Kansas. We do have some heavier bands of snow into central Kansas. We also do see a wide region of freezing rain into northern Missouri and into parts of northeastern Kansas. Ice amounts will be probably around 1/10 of an inch at most. I feel like the GFS might pick up a little bit more ice because that's what they tend to do, especially with that New Year's Eve system. They did have up to an inch of ice, which still a lot of ice did fall, about 3/4 of an inch to a half an inch, but it was definitely not that inch amount that they said. So I'm going to take the GFS's ice accumulation with a grain of salt, but still know that it's a possibility, obviously, because the models are showing it. So we also do, as we move into the next frame, we do see some of that snow kind of lighten up to the south, but we do start to see in extreme northern Kansas, we do have that heavy band of snow. We also do have that heavy band of icing on that rain to snow line into parts of extreme northern Kansas as well. We do start to see that some of that icing up in northern Missouri is starting to turn to rain. Kansas City especially, I think you guys will see more rain than snow out of this, which was sad because yesterday you guys were getting hinted towards a lot of snow. But last night's model run and this model run have said otherwise. All the models are hinting that you guys will see a lot more rain. So that is sad, but you guys might see some snow on the back end as well. As we move into hour 33, you can see most of that snow has made its way out of Kansas and moved its way into Iowa. We have a wide region of moderate to heavy snow into parts of southeastern Nebraska, into parts of central Iowa, into parts of extreme northwestern Missouri. We also still do have some of that icing going on in northern Missouri as well, around Kirksville, um, as well as Kansas City. Some of Kansas City might be getting in on some snow. It'll be a lot of mixed rain and snow. And then as we keep it going, you can see maybe just a few lingering snow showers. And then we have this secondary system, which models have been hinting towards some sort of activity down in this region, which I haven't really put into my forecast yet because, some models show it, some models don't. So it's not anything to really worry on right now. But especially if some of this heavier banding moves to the north, you could see easy 1 to 2 inches of accumulation, maybe even a little bit more in some isolated areas, especially in the higher terrain of Arkansas. But as of right now, it doesn't look too likely that this system will happen. So we're going to go ahead and look at the total snow accumulation from this first system, and maybe just look at what they're saying for snow accumulation on that secondary system that just might affect this area down here in the south central. So as we move it on, we can see a good amount of snow, a wide region of 12 plus inches. Now, I do want to make a statement and say this is how much is falling out of the air. I think maybe the first 1 to 2 inches of snow that falls won't accumulate. It'll be more slush, and then that'll just take a while for it to accumulate because you guys have had such warm temperatures. But I do think that over a foot of snow in isolated areas is not out of the question, especially on the Nebraska and Iowa border. You guys can see just how sharp this cutoff is. You can see, especially when we get up to Missouri, you can see St. Joseph, or actually I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's St. Joseph, getting around 2 inches. But you move about 20 minutes north and you see these purples, which is over 6 inches of snow. So it could be just where half of your county gets snow and half of it doesn't. And if so, that'll be very difficult on forecasters and especially schools to just make that call, like, do we cancel school or not? So it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye out on for sure. Now we're going to go to the Canadian model. We might go to the, what's it called, NAM model. Actually, we're going to look at the parallel. I'm pretty sure it hasn't updated yet. Something's wrong with the parallel right now, guys. It hasn't updated since the 21st, which is sad, because I would like to look at what the parallel is saying on it, but usually the parallel does exaggerate snowfall amounts a little bit. So as we move this on, we can see it brings a lot of heavy snow on that rain to snow line. Just like we have been seeing in some recent models or recent snowstorms this year. Here, let me bring it into the frame. Let's see where. Actually, I don't think. Okay, that will work. So we do see this model is pointing at it too. I don't know if you guys can see this from your guys' screen, if it picks it up from OBS, but we have some purples, and that's up to 7 inches of snow an hour in isolated areas. So that could be, an extra 3 inches of accumulation during that hour, especially towards the beginning, and then that'll allow for the rest of the snow to accumulate on top of that. And this rain snow line is going to be super strong, because you can see we have about 2 to 4 inches of snow an hour as ratios here indicated, and you can see rain on the opposite side of it. So this could be, obviously, you see 2 to 4 inches of snow up into the north of your county, and you see no snow into the south of your county, which will be sad for you snow lovers, especially if you guys are on that line. Will be very unfortunate for you guys. It doesn't look like the Canadians picking up as much icing, which is definitely good, because we'd rather snow than ice. Obviously, ice causes a lot more travel issues. We do see a little bit of mixing towards the back end of the system. We also do see those heavy snow ratios, upwards of 4 to 6 inches of snow an hour, on the Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri border. So if you guys are around Omaha, Nebraska, expect a lot of snow. Even if you guys are into parts of Des Moines as well, you guys will see a lot of snow out of this. Let's see what they're looking at for the secondary system. They do have a decent amount of snow. Not a decent amount, but some moderate snow at most for these southern Missouri, northern Arkansas. We can see as we get to that rain snow line, we do have about moderate to heavy snow maybe at times. But some models aren't hinting at this, so this is just going to be something that we have to keep an eye out on. We can go ahead and look at totals for both of these. So you can see up to the Canadian really does a over-exaggeration, in my opinion, on both of these systems, this system and the system towards the north. My computer's lagging really bad, so if my drawings are really weird, I'm sorry. So we do have, they have a broad region of a foot to 24 inches, so 1 to 2 feet of snow possible for this area that is shaded right here. And we do have a really big cutoff of anywhere from 10 inches to 4 inches, just maybe 5 minutes south of areas. We also do see into the upper terrain of Arkansas up into Jasper. You're looking at maybe 5 inches of snow in isolated areas. Once you get into the Ozarks, you're looking at a broad region of 3 to 5 inches of snow. And I don't know how accurate this is going to be, given that they do bomb the totals up here. So that might indicate as well that this is a not an accurate model. And they do even have some isolated areas of Oklahoma getting in on 2 inches of snow as well. Wichita, I hate to say it, but I think you guys dodge this system. You guys might see a trace to a half an inch at most. But I don't think that the snow will accumulate or stick. So I do think that you guys aren't not going to see any snow out of this. Sadly, I think you guys will see more rain, but you guys might see some snow on the secondary system, especially if this track is accurate for the second system and, the snow starts to develop earlier. You guys could see snow as well, and so that will be fun for you guys as well. So this is about it for this video, guys. Definitely stay tuned because as the first system moves out, we're going to have an official forecast for our secondary system. We have some big questions in the Ozarks, especially whether they're going to see rain or snow. I'm not going to go over to the other system into the Northeast and the East Coast just because of how much uncertainty is in it now, especially as models are unhinting the likeliness for heavy snow. So that is about it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely stay tuned for more forecasts. I will try to have one out either later tonight or Tuesday because I do have plans Monday, so I will not be able to make a video. But I will try to have that forecast out for the secondary system on Tuesday.